So, now we're going to talk about the two classes of lipids, saturated versus unsaturated, if I can get some focus here. Whoop. There we go. All right, so saturated lipids or fatty acids, as you know, contain only single carbon-to-carbon bonds, or single CC bonds. And let's take a look at myristic acid. This is a 14-carbon saturated lipid, and we will look at the notation again in a moment, but 14 carbons, a colon, and a 0 for 0 double bonds. I would like you to use line angle formulas to draw these lipids. However, you may show that N carboxylic acid group. And so this is carbon 1, then we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So this is the line angle formula for myristic acid. So all of these are going to have an alkyl chain of some sort, whether it's saturated or unsaturated. So this part is hydrophobic, and of course this head is hydrophilic. So it's an amphipathic molecule. Unsaturated lipids contain one or more double bonds. DBL, my abbreviation for double. If there is only one double bond, we say that it is mono unsaturated. Whoops. MUFA, mono unsaturated fatty acid. If there are multiple double bonds, these are poly unsaturated, or PUFA. Okay. Let's take a look at linolenic, or alpha. There is also a gamma, but alpha linolenic acid with a notation of 18 for 18 carbons, 3 double bonds, and again those double bonds are indicated by these superscripts, delta 9, 12, and 15. So, our carboxylic acid head group, we have, first double bond occurs at carbon 9, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, another double bond, 13, 14, 15, another double bond, 16, 17, whoops, did I lose count? 15, 16, 17, 18, right? Let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. Looks like we're good there. And then, of course, we need to fill in those double bonds. These are cis double bonds. Okay. We have talked about trans double bonds. There are a few of those that naturally occur, but this is the predominant source of fatty acids are cis double bonds. Now, the other thing I want to point out about this in particular is that it is a, omega-3 fatty acid. Sorry about that. So it has a double bond, 3 carbons away from that methyl group at the end. 1, 2, 3. So this is an omega-3. Omega-3s, or omegas in general, I should say. There are omega-3s and omega-6s. But good sources of these are oily fish, essentially. Things like sardines, herring. Growing up in Minnesota, you, especially if you have any Scandinavian background, you might have herring, particularly during the holidays. Mackerel, salmon. I do want to point out here, though, that the wild salmon has more omegas than farmed. Or more omega fatty acids than farmed salmon. These omega fatty acids are precursors to hormones. They decrease triglyceride levels in the, or triacyl glycerol levels in blood. Sorry, I'm having a little tongue-tied this morning. Decreased blood pressure. Also increase good cholesterol, HDL, and help lower bad cholesterol, or LDL. Okay. Sorry, I didn't realize I was moving down there. There are also 2 essential fatty acids. And remember, we looked at some essential amino acids. These are linoleic, linoleic and gamma linolenic. And so that means we must obtain these from sources in our diets. Okay. And again, just to go back to that notation for a minute, we have the number of carbons, a colon, number of double bonds, and then that superscript with the first carbon from the carboxyl carbon in the double bond. And again, those could be only a single double bond, or it could be multiple double bonds. So fatty acids are stored as triacylglycerols. Whoops. There we go. Focus again. Seams out. Come on. There we go. So when we discussed carbohydrates, we found that those monosaccharide units can be stored as polysaccharides. In our bodies, they're stored as glycogen. Fatty acids are stored as triacylglycerols. And these are formed by the attachment of 3 fatty acids to a glycerol molecule. And you should be able to draw one of these. So the structure of glycerol, it is a 3-carbon molecule with 3 hydroxyl groups. So it can accommodate anywhere from 1 to 3 fatty acids. If there's only 1 fatty acid attached, it's a monoacyl triglyceride, 2 diacylglyceride, or a triglyceride if we have 3 of those attached. So the reaction that occurs, so we're going to look at the formation of a triacylglyceride. Glyceride. Sorry, I'm having trouble there. Essentially, this is an esterification reaction that occurs between an alcohol, which of course we have on is the glycerol molecule, and a carboxylic acid. Okay, so I'm going to draw the glycerol molecule in black. Whoops, got too many bonds there. Hydrogen here. And I'm also going to show the bonds between the oxygen and hydrogen. I'm just going to draw a generic triglyceride. So I'm not going to give the identity. So this is the generic. So here's triglyceride 1, or lipid 1, sorry, fatty acid 1, fatty acid 2, and then move on there. There will be, well, not there, sorry. And there's that R chain. Okay, so this reaction is going to, as I say, it results in an ester, so we call it an esterification, but it is also a dehydration. So we're going to lose a molecule of water, or 3 molecules of water, with the addition of 3 fatty acids to that glycerol molecule. So if it's only 1 fatty acid, we'll get one molecule, two fatty acids, 2 molecules of water, or when we form the triglyceride, 3 molecules of water. So now we have CH2, O, C, double bond O, and this first alkyl group. It's our second fatty acid. And then that ester linkage of our third fatty acid. Oops, keep running down the page there. Okay. So you should be able to draw also a triglyceride for me.